So here's the setup for X spot number 1. Now this is a play you're only going to call against cover 2. If you expect cover 2, if your opponent's been running cover 2 pretty much all game, you're fairly certain they're going to call cover 2, you can run this play. If you're not sure, I would not call this. It's really only effective against cover 2. So here's the setup. You're just going to put a streak on B, a smoke screen on X, and then on the right side, if you're using the tight end apprentice like I recommend, I would do a corner route and a wheel route from the running back. If you aren't using it, you can just leave that stock out route and swing there. But again, I strongly recommend you use the tight end apprentice. It makes this play more effective along with several other plays in this formation. So now I'm just going to cover 2 sync. This is with a soft squad. I'll show you versus clouds. I'll show you against a lot of different types of cover 2. But this corner is going to get over the top pretty much no matter what, unless he gets bumped by the vert hook. And I'll try to show you where that can happen, but it rarely ever happens. And I'll show you why near the end of the video. But that smoke screen will hold whatever that soft squad or cloud flat is for just long enough that the corner route gets over. And that's Richard Sherman. That's the best zone corner on the Niners. He has an ability, so he's going to be able to move faster out there. And still, it doesn't get over there nearly in time. That's with press. Now I'll show you without press. And it's still going to get over top of it, right? Pretty much every single time. So this is without press. Still gets held down by the soft squat. Excuse me, by the smoke screen. You're still able to fit that corner route in. That's with the soft squat. Now we'll put a cloud out there, so we'll just shade up. And it's not going to make much of a difference whatsoever. They're still going to get beat over top. This is with no press, cloud flat, still wide open pocket for that corner route. So I don't even need to show you press. That's non-press. The smoke screen holds it down. That's the left side. Now I'll show you that. That's the corner route. Now I'll show you the seam streak from the left side. If it's cover 2, again, this is cover 2 sync. The mid read will guard it for at least a little bit, but this seam streak will get over the top for a touchdown. He breaks off. You pass lead a little bit inside, probably like I would say 2 o'clock, 1 or 2 o'clock if you're looking at the clock, and it splits that cover 2 for a touchdown. So 2 very effective routes they have to worry about if they're in cover 2. And then you go to the right side. So if they're in cover 2, you can throw this wheel route. If they leave the cloud flat or soft squat, that's 7, 8, 9, 10 yards. If they hard flat, obviously you have the corner route. So I'll shade down here. Obviously you'll have the corner route for a big gain, and it's going to be the same thing with the corner route on the left side. Of course, if they hard flat, the corner route will be open because it's open against clouds and soft squats too. So that's if it's cover 2. Now, if they do go to cover 3, you're not going to have a ton of reads in this play, which is why I only really recommend you use it against cover 2. Because if they go to cover 3, you're pretty much just going to end up throwing this wheel route if they leave their purples out there for a couple yards, because purples will do a decent job. Or if they put a hard flat, you can throw the corner route on the right side because it'll actually get underneath the deep third, even if they baseline press, which I'll show you. This is shaded down. Cover 3. And it's still going to get open. This actually was a swing route. I meant to put a wheel, but you can see it gets open over there. So not many reads against cover 3. It's pretty much just wheel or corner route. You can throw the seam, but that's probably where they're going to be usering at. So if they go to cover 3, that's probably what they're going to use her with this hook curl. That seam read, but let's just assume they're not, unless maybe they go to the wheel or they go to the corner route or whatever. You can throw it. It's there. Oh, I threw that way too early. That's my fault. Don't throw it that fast. Do not throw it that fast. That's fine. I'll leave that in there so you guys know not what to not throw. But if they, I'll try that again here. If they man that up here, you can throw this seam streak against it. You definitely can. I just don't do it sooner than I did. Right there. Nice little pocket. You can throw that. But again, it's really only for cover 2. If they're in cover 3, you probably just didn't call the right play, and you'll probably end up just throwing the ball away on that down. So one thing I wanted to show you here is I'll try to create this bump over here with this player. If they bump it, it's not going to be open. Or if they man it up, because the man up will also allow a bump, and it didn't bump there. But if they get it to bump, and I've gotten it to work before, but it's very kind of like up and down. I'm not going to waste your time. Just if you're looking over here at the read, you see it bump, probably look off that read. Maybe take the smoke screen once the cloud flat backs up. Maybe just look to the right and take your wheel or your corner out. So if you see this bump, just look out for it. But the reason why I was going to say why it never pretty much happens is people are moving this player into blitz a lot. They're either bluff blitzing it, like moving him in and putting him in coverage, like maybe manning up to B, or they're actually blitzing him. So either way, it's not out there to bump the receiver. There's actually usually no one lined up over Y. They're lining it up over B. So you don't have to worry about it for the most part. But if it does get bumped, I just wanted you to know to look out for it. It can cause the cloud flat or soft squad to get back there in time. Just probably look off the read if it's getting bumped. But this is a really effective play against cover 2.